Hello everyone, we are Giselle, Harold and Dylan, and today we are gonna talk about 9/11 conspiracy theories.
Today we're going to discuss the conspiracy theories of 9/11. After 22 years of the traffic scene that shocked the United States and the world, claiming the lives of almost 3,000 people. Conspiracy theories about how 9/11 really happened do not stop appearing. That's why today we talk some of the most strange stories on the internet.
Even though investigations after the attacks confirmed that the tower structure were weakened by the fire caused by the planes and collapsed due to the weight of the floor, many people question this version of events. Conspiracy debate that the Twin Towers were destroyed by controlled demolitions.
Official reports confirm that the building 7 next to the Twin Towers was a victim of the strong flames that consumed the Twin Towers. According to the report, a failure in the sprinkler system failed to put out the fire, thus destroying the steel and bringing down the tower. However, several firefighters assured that the flames were not capable of melt the steel and that the real reason why the building fell down was because the CEA, the Department of Defense, and the Office of Emergency Management occupied part of the facilities, since they claimed that many of the employees who work in these offices did not show up that day, and not only that, but they even suggest that the planes could have been guided from this tower where there were too many compromised files, enough reason to want it to disappear. The next story involves the US government. The government knew about the attacks and not only that, but helped carry them out. Many conspiracies wonder how it is possible that the most powerful air force in the world failed to intercept any of the 4 hijacked planes in time. According to the theory, then US Vice President Dick Cheney ordered the military to withdraw and not intercept the planes, since the Bush administration wanted to use the attacks to justify an invasion of Iraq and Afghanistan to secure oil interests in the countries.
Now we can explain why the attack of the Pentagon is one of the most questioned attacks today. It is said that the Pentagon was not attacked by Flight 77, but by a missile or a drone, since the structural damage to the building was too small to have been made by a commercial airplane. And how is it possible that a plane piloted by a rookie crashed into the headquarters of the US Department of Defense? Wasn't the Air Force aware that the Twin Towers had fallen 40 minutes ago, and what a coincidence that the aircraft hit a section of the Pentagon that was empty due to renovations?
If this seems strange to you, let me tell you about the Flight 93. The plane was headed towards the Capitol. However, it never reached her target. In a call to her wife, Tom Burns, a passenger, had alerted her of the hijacking. Keep this detail in mind, the passengers tried to take control of the plane, so the terrorists diverted the aircraft until it crashed in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. However, many suggest that the plane was shot down by the Air Force, a version that the government made official but later retracted, so as not to take responsibility for the deaths caused. The conspiracies claim that few remains of the plane were discovered in the field. These were disappeared in a fairly wide radius, which supports that the attack was carried out in the air. But if this theory does not convince, other skeptics believe that Flight 93 landed without problems while a substitute plane was shot out of the sky. At the same time, others believe that the passengers were murdered or relocated and never found, remembering the details of the call. Doesn't it seem strange that a call will be made from an airplane, since scientists assure that it is not possible to receive reception from the altitude at which they usually fly airplanes? So, some say that the calls were actually made with high-frequency devices given by the government to communicate directly with the president. Other times, this explains why only 3 of the 4 recording devices were found, only one of which was in listening condition.
The attacks happened, but who was the other? Osama bin Laden initially denied any involvement in the attacks. Many skeptics believed that bin Laden was a target because of his involvement in the stock market, as well as former President George Bush's personal business dealing with the terrorists in the Middle East, which explained why bin Laden's family was flown out of the US after 9/11 when airspace was closed.
Apparently, the president was not the only one who knew about the attack. Days before, an extraordinary number of investment put options were placed that are only profitable in terms of a lower price action on the stock market on the shares of two airlines, American and United, which turned out to be the airlines hijacked during 9/11, which is why some believe that the operators had been warned in advance of the attacks and were taking advantage of the tragedy.
But if it's about money, one name cannot be missing: Larry Silverstein, a tycoon who rented the Twin Towers 2 months before the attack. Through the contract, he acquired an insurance policy of $3.5 billion. But this would only be collected in the event. I don't think it was a coincidence terrorist attack.